Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Soraya. I'm here with a video response and a quick tutorial. This is for my friend and crafty sister Michelle from This and That with Michelle. She's having a challenge on her channel right now. You only have till the 15th to get your entry into her. So I want to get this tutorial done. This is like the third time I've done this tutorial. It just is not working out for me. So I'm going to try one more time. But yeah, so she's having a challenge on her channel right now. So all you have to make is 3 bag toppers, which I have more because I made these 3 for her, and then when I did the tutorial I made these 2 extra ones, and I'm gonna make 2 more tonight. So Michelle, if you're wondering why you have so many bag toppers, that's why. But these were the 3 original that I made for her challenge. And I did put a little cute, this is one of her favorite sayings, sparkle on. I made those to put on the front, but I didn't think they looked right on there, so I put them on the back. So these 3 were my first original 3. And like I said, I made these 2 extra for her, and now I'm going to make her 2 more, so she will have plenty of bag toppers. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what you need. You will need a pair of scissors. You will need some cardstock and some decorative paper in like coordinating colors. You need your scoreboard. You could probably get away with not using it, but I think it's easier if you have it. You need like a decorative edge punch. I guess you could use like the scissors, the decorative scissors that cut like little scallops or whatever, or you could just leave it plain like that if you wanted to. It's up to you. And then I use a corner rounder. I just think it makes everything look more finished and looks nicer, I think. You need some little bows. They can be handmade or they can be store-bought, whichever you prefer. This is my Creative Time bow, and it's super cute and tiny. I think this is the fun size, or it's the small one. And then also you will need some trim. I have these, and they have adhesive on the back, which makes it really easy. But you can use any trim or washi, or you know, everything's optional. So and also if you want, you can use the self-sealing bags. I'm going to be sending some with my bag toppers because I just think it looks nice, and I always put mine put the bottom up here, so when you put your embellishments or whatever you're putting in here, then you can seal it like this in the bottom, and that way the person can open them from the bottom and they don't mess up your bag topper. So but that's just what I do. So let's get started. First of all, you're gonna need to cut your cardstock, and what I did was cut your paper 5 by 5 square. So this one's already cut, so I'll just cut this it's already 5 by 5 across the top. So you're just gonna measure it 5 by 5. And you know, this is all. You can change the measurements and make it whatever size that you want. This is just this is just what works for me. And I am far from a professional. I just thought this was super easy and it came out super cute. So I just wanted to share it. And if you have never made a bag topper, excuse me, this is a easy way to make one if you don't have some kind of die or something like that. So we're gonna score it right in the middle at 2.5, and then we're gonna just fold it over. And it's good to have a nice crease on there. That's why I like using my scoreboard. And then we'll score this one at 2.5 also. And just fold that one over also. If it's a little off like that, it's not a big deal. You can always just refold it a little bit. And, you know, that's not going to be noticeable from behind. So it's not a major issue if it's a little longer in the back than it is the front. I would leave the longer edge in the back though. So when you're done doing that, then what I do, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, you won't even see this because if you use your punch, it will cut the bottom off evenly. So then I just take my punch. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to, and you can leave it folded over, I'm going to use my corner rounder on all 4 corners. And like I said, I just think this gives it a much more finished look. And I really like the way it looks with the corners rounded. But it's completely optional. If you don't have a corner rounder, that's fine. You can just leave the corners square. But if you have a envelope punch, I believe that has one on there, so you can use that also. So okay, and then you're going to take your decorative punch or your scissors, whatever, your decorative scissors, and just punch the bottom of it. And the main thing with these is just getting it lined up right, because if it's not lined up right, it comes out wonky. Which, believe me, that's happened to me many times. Like, it's probably gonna happen now. So, whoops, I missed an edge. Always when you're trying to show people something, it always makes it look so hard. Okay, so that's my scalloped edge. And then we're going to do this one. For some reason with this scallop punch, I think it comes out better if you do the punch in the middle first, because sometimes the edge looks weird if you don't, and you start on one end and go to the other. But, whoops, I missed it again. Okay. So there's your scallop edge. I just like that. I got this scallop edge punch at Joann's a while ago. They had a lot of their punches on sale. I think it was like $7.87 or $7.97, and I just really like the way it looks. So, okay, so then you're going to take one of your strips, 2-inch strips, and you're just going to kind of see where you're going to line it up. And I like to leave a little border around mine. So then I'm going to kind of cut it. And, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. Whatever, if I've cut mine a little short and it still works. So, okay, so that one's okay. And then, like when you have a pattern like this, see how this one kind of got cut off? So I'm going to try and use this side of it because, even though I really wanted to get one of those clouds in there because that's really what matches, but that's okay. So I'm going to cut this little part off right there. And yeah, I cut that a little short. So yeah, that one's a little shorter than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. We got another strip here. So maybe I will be able to get more of the cloud in there if I kind of cut it on both ends like that. So let's see if we can do that. I'm going to measure it like that. I think that might be better. So I'm kind of measuring it with the one that came out right, so. I've got that side. And now I will get this side. Okay, so you can still see the unicorn. And I wanted to get that cloud in it, and I got part of the sun, so I thought that's cute. Because I want to get the unicorn in there, since it's a unicorn swap. Perfect. So then after you cut your, let me measure this and see how long it is, and then that will make it easier for you guys. Let's see. The strips are just like 4 3/4. That's what you're going to cut these at. And then I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put it. Now, if you're using wet glue, don't put too much wet glue on the paper because it will kind of warp the paper and make it kind of look weird. So, but the wet glue is good because, let me move this up here, because you can kind of move it a little bit. You have time where hot glue you have, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Okay, hold up. We forgot to do the corner rounders, so let's see if I can do that before I glue these down. Oops, don't want to forget that, because having part of it with square corners and the other part with, and luckily I didn't put glue on the edges of these corners, so I think it'll be all right. So, perfect. Okay. So, don't do what I did. And make sure you round your corners. And then kind of see if it's where you want it to be. And then just glue it down. So that's pretty good. So then I'm going to take my trim. It is easier if you have an adhesive already on the back, but that is not mandatory. You can definitely hot glue some trim on there, and I just put it right at the edge, right there, and it just really gives it a nice touch. And then just cut off what you're not going to use. Oops. So then you have that. So it looks pretty cute. And then you're going to take your little bow. Now, I don't have my glue gun in here, so I'm going to add a teeny bit of glue, wet glue, to this, but really I would really like to use my hot glue. But for this video, I'm just using some wet glue, but hot glue is really the best to glue on the bow. So then you have your little bow on there, and that's it. Super easy. So I'm going to do this one real quick, and I'm going to put some glue on here. Well, this cardstock's a little thicker, so it's not as thin as the other one. So just kind of see if you can get it kind of in the middle. And glue that down. And then, and even if you don't have one of these punches that makes a scallop, you could take some trim like this that has a scallop on it and add that to it, and that would look cute too. I did that to this one, and I put that on there, and that looks super cute too. So if you don't have like a punch or scissors that can cut like a scalloped edge, then you definitely could put some kind of trim on there or something, you know. So then we're going to put that on there. Put your trim across the edge. Cut off your excess. Like that. And then add your bow. Put a little bit of glue on there. And I think you can still see my unicorn. And that's it. So then you're just going to take your bag, your self-sealing bag. This is the opening down here. So I'm going to turn it this way. So the opening's facing the back, and it's on the bottom. And then I'm going to staple it. Now I'm going to staple mine here and then put a little glue dot there so it closes. But you certainly can staple through and then put your trim over it and it will hide your staples. So that's it, guys. So let me know what you think of my bag toppers that I made for Michelle. I hope she really likes them. And I'm sending her a whole bunch of unicorn stuff, so I hope she will like it. And you all have a good day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!